In the heart of Shinto mythology, two central figures emerge: Amaterasu, the radiant goddess of the sun, and her tumultuous brother, Susanoo, the god of the sea and storms. Their dynamic relationship shapes many of the tales in this rich tapestry of folklore. Their story begins with a divine birth. Born to Izanagi and Izanami, the god and goddess of creation, Amaterasu and Susanoo were destined for greatness. Their divine lineage set the stage for the events that were to unfold, full of conflict, love, and transformation. Despite their shared parentage, a deep-seated rivalry brewed between the siblings. The sun and the sea, they represented two contrasting domains. Amaterasu, elegant and composed, was as different from the tempestuous and unpredictable Susanoo as day is from night. The tension between them escalated to a point where Susanoo's disruptive behavior became intolerable. Unable to bear his unruly actions, Izanagi, their father, banished Susanoo from heaven. This was a pivotal point in their relationship, setting the stage for what was to come. In a desperate bid to prove his sincerity and innocence, Susanoo challenged his sister to a divine competition. It was his chance to redeem himself and regain his place in heaven. Thus began a contest that would shape the future of their relationship and the world itself. The divine competition between Amaterasu and Susanoo unfolded in an unusual yet fascinating manner. Each deity was tasked to create new gods from the other's possessions, a test of their divine prowess. Amaterasu breathed life into Susanoo's sword, birthing 3 female deities, while Susanoo chewed on Amaterasu's necklace and spewed out 5 male deities. The victory was awarded to Amaterasu based on her claim that the male deities born from Susanoo's sword were hers, as the sword belonged to her brother. Susanoo's defeat did not sit well with him. His pride wounded, he spiraled into a destructive rage. The sea and storm god wreaked havoc on his sister's rice fields, decimating her harvest. In his fury, he also went so far as to fling a flayed horse at her, an act that resulted in the death of one of Amaterasu's attendants. This violent uproar was a stark contrast to the peaceful competition that had just taken place. Amaterasu was deeply affected by Susanoo's actions. Overwhelmed by fear and grief, she chose to retreat from the world she loved. She withdrew into the Amano Iwato, a heavenly cave, and sealed herself away. This act was not without consequences, as Amaterasu was the goddess of the sun. With her disappearance, her warmth and light also vanished from the world. The world plunged into darkness without Amaterasu's light. Chaos and despair quickly ensued as creatures of night roamed freely and crops failed without the sun's nourishment. The other deities were left in a state of panic, witnessing the world's descent into perpetual night. They realized the urgency of coaxing Amaterasu out of her self-imposed exile. As the crisis deepened, the gods convened a heavenly conference. They brainstormed ways to lure Amaterasu out of the cave and restore her light to the world. Their discussions led to a plan that involved a mirror, a jewel, and a divine performance. The gods hoped that their combined efforts would be enough to coax the sun goddess out of her retreat and bring an end to the world's suffering. In an intricate plan to coax Amaterasu from her self-imposed exile, the deities used a mirror, a jewel, and an uproarious dance routine performed by the goddess Ame no Uzume. They hung the mirror and jewel on a sacred tree, adding an enticing lure to the cave's entrance. The gods then threw a raucous party outside the cave, with Amno Uzume's dance captivating everyone, including the sun goddess herself. Curiosity stirred within Amaterasu as she observed the merriment from her cavernous retreat. Her curiosity piqued as she noticed her reflection in the mirror, which she mistook for another radiant deity. The lure of the jewel and the reflection of her own splendor stirred Amaterasu to step out of the cave, restoring light to the world and marking a momentous victory for the gods. Upon her emergence, the gods swiftly placed a sacred seal behind her, preventing another retreat. With the light restored, it was time to address the actions of the storm god, Susanoo. His outrageous actions had incurred the wrath of the other deities. They decided on a severe punishment, banishing him from the heavens. But Susanoo's story didn't end with his banishment. In his earthly exile, he encountered an 8-headed dragon terrorizing a local family. Showing bravery and remorse for his past actions, Susanoo slew the dragon. Inside its tail, he discovered the sacred sword Kusanagi, a symbol of his redemption. In a gesture of remorse and reconciliation, Susanoo presented the sacred sword Kusanoo to Amaterasu, his victorious sister. This act marked a turning point in their relationship, softening the rivalry that had once defined them. Thus, the storm and the sun found peace, symbolizing the balance and harmony that can arise even from turmoil and conflict. Amaterasu's influence and legacy extend beyond mythology, forming an integral part of Japan's national identity. She is hailed as the ancestress of the Imperial House of Japan, the oldest hereditary monarchy in the world. The connection to Amaterasu bolsters the imperial lineage's divine status, symbolizing the unity and strength of the nation. Her association with the sun is also reflected in the country's flag, where the red disc represents the rising sun, a direct reference to the sun goddess. The tale of Amaterasu and Susanoo, like many mythological narratives, is steeped in symbolism. It explores themes of balance and harmony, embodied in the yin and yang relationship of the sun and the storm. Their rivalry and subsequent reconciliation symbolize the cyclical nature of conflict and resolution, underscoring the importance of maintaining equilibrium. Susanoo's redemption arc further illustrates the potential for change and repentance, even in divine beings. The enduring influence of this tale on Japanese culture testifies to its significance. It remains a cornerstone of Shinto beliefs, shaping the country's religious practices, rituals, and festivals. The narrative also permeates various aspects of Japanese art, literature, and popular culture, continually reaffirming its relevance and resonance. The timeless themes and compelling characters of this ancient myth continue to captivate audiences, offering insights into the rich tapestry of Japan's cultural heritage.